My name is Tawfiq Marar and I'm a licensed attorney practicing in Sacramento, California, and I have some advice for all you landlords and property owners out there. I once had a client come to me facing a $20,000 lawsuit because she went to remove her tenants from the property without going through the correct court process. As a general rule, it's important to know that you cannot take steps to evict, lock out, or remove a tenant that you're disputing with without the correct court involvement. We're going to walk through these 5 steps together. Step 1. If a dispute exists between you and the tenant, could be over unpaid rent, maybe unauthorized people living in the property, or maybe the lease is done and you just want your property back, you have to give the tenant the correct notice. It could be a 3-day notice, a 30-day notice, or in some instances even a 60-day notice. The second step is if the tenant has not corrected the issues in that notice by the end of the time given, then you can go to the local courthouse and file the unlawful detainer lawsuit. This is basically a complaint which explains why you as a landlord are entitled to the home and why the tenant should be removed from the home. Step 3. After the lawsuit has been filed, the unlawful detainer complaint, you have to make sure these documents have been served on the tenant. I can't tell you how many landlords assume the court will do this on their behalf, but that's not the case. The 4th step. Now that you've had the complaint, the lawsuit served on the tenant, you have to wait. If the tenant files an answer or a response, you will proceed to trial. If the tenant does not file an answer or a response, you can go to court and ask for a default judgment, essentially unopposed because the tenant never answered. 5th step. Now either through trial if the tenant's filed a response, or the default if there's been no response from the tenant, the court will offer and provide you with a judgment. If the judgment's against the tenant, you're then awarded possession of the property. You take that to the local sheriff's department and they'll work with you to schedule the lockout, essentially giving you the property and removing the tenant. So let's go through these 5 steps together. Step 1. Give the appropriate notice to the tenant. Step 2. File the unlawful detainer complaint in your local courthouse. Step 3. Have that unlawful detainer complaint served on the tenant. Step 4. Get your judgment through trial or maybe through a default process. And step 5. Work with your county sheriff to have the lockout taken care of. My name is Tawfiq Marar. Thanks for watching.